An egg. You know, it's this perfect, self-contained promise, a symbol of life. But here's the thing. It can hold two vastly different stories. One is a romance, written by nature itself. The other? Well, the other is a tragedy, manufactured by industry. We're about to explore those two very different beginnings. So on one side, you have this story of connection and life. Courtship, a nest, a family. And on the other, it's all about detachment and production. A machine, a conveyor, a product. This is the central conflict, right? The paradox of the modern egg. So, let's begin with the romance. So we begin in the golden light of a village farm, a place where life starts not with a process, but with a real connection. This is the story of that natural bond and what you could call a 21-day miracle. It all starts with a bit of dignity. You have this proud rooster, shining feathers and all, circling a hen. He dances, she accepts, and then she finds this private, warm spot in the straw to lay her eggs. It's a purposeful, peaceful act. And then the mother's watch begins. For 21 days, she sits, gently turning her eggs. People say she even whispers to them. And inside, a genuine miracle is unfolding. By day 2, a tiny heart is already beating. By day 10, a beak starts to take shape. And on day 21, the shell cracks and a family is born. Okay. Now, we cut to a completely different world. A world with no courtship, no roosters, and no nests. This is the other reality. The hens here are just different. They aren't proud and preened. They have missing feathers, pale combs, a really stressed, kind of ragged punk look. They live out their lives in what are called battery cages, just standing on wire mesh. And the moment they lay an egg, it's gone. Forever. Their journey is entirely automated. They eat this synthetic feed. The egg is laid on a sloped floor and it immediately rolls away from its mother. From there, it just joins thousands of others on a conveyor belt, all of them headed for the candling room, where its potential for life is assessed under these harsh industrial lights. So the journey for these eggs continues, but not to a warm nest. No, it leads to a massive, cold room. Welcome to the mechanical womb. The scale here is it's almost impossible to wrap your head around. We are talking thousands upon thousands of eggs, stacked in trays, floor to ceiling, in these enormous incubation facilities. The individual has been completely lost to the mass. And just like that, a new 21-day counter begins. But this countdown is purely mechanical. There's no mother, no gentle turning of a beak, no whispered sounds. There's only regulated heat, humidity sensors, and automatic turners that mimic a mother's touch. And when those 21 days are up, metal drawers are pulled open and thousands of chicks hatch all at once into plastic trays. This isn't a family reunion, it's a harvest. The very moment these chicks hatch, a frantic and really grim process begins. This is the Great Sorting, and it's the darkest moment in this industrial story. Immediately, workers move in, grabbing these tiny, wet chicks and aggressively sorting them. Their very first experience of the world is not warmth, but this rapid, disorienting evaluation. So what are they being sorted for? And this is where the brutal logic of the industry really shows itself. The females are kept. They'll become the next generation of egg layers. But the males? Well, they can't lay eggs, and they haven't been bred to grow quickly for meat. So, in the cold calculus of this system, they're deemed a waste product. So for these newly hatched male chicks, their life, which literally began just moments before, is about to end. Their entire existence isn't measured in days or even hours. It's measured in minutes. They're tossed onto another conveyor belt. This one leads to a machine called a macerator. It is an industrial grinder, and it is the destination for millions of male chicks on the very first day of their lives. Now, for a tiny fraction of the chicks who somehow managed to survive this initial process, a different, and you could argue even crueler fate awaits them. This is the story of the quote-unquote lucky ones. These surviving chicks are turned into novelty toys. They are literally dumped into buckets filled with industrial dye and stirred by hand like soup. They emerge glowing bright pink and green to be sold in cardboard boxes on the street.
These dyed chicks are bought by children, of course, but the stress and the toxic chemicals mean they often die within just a few weeks. All of that potential, that miracle of 21 days, is ultimately wasted for what really amounts to 5 minutes of novelty.
So we began with a courtship dance, a nest, and a family. We ended with a conveyor belt, a grinder, and a dyed toy. And so the final question we really have to ask ourselves is this: in the exchange from one to the other, what exactly is lost?